Hello and welcome to another episode of BikeRadar Diaries, which is all about what we like to get up to here at BikeRadar. This week we're in an undisclosed location, although I will give you one BikeRadar gold star if you can guess where we are in the comments, and we're going to see how steep we can climb on an e-bike from our sponsors Giant.
Excellent. Yep, Giant have lent us a pair of Trance E+ Pro e-bikes with their Sync Drive Pro motor. However, you can only see one here, and that's because they've let me modify one of the bikes into what I think is going to be the ultimate machine for getting up a steep off-road climb.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen that bike yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Tom has in store later.
Oh yeah! The challenge is pretty simple. I've picked a particularly steep technical climb, about 150 metres long, and we're each going to get 2 attempts on this stock Trance.
Tom is then going to roll out his modified machine and we'll get 2 more attempts on that to see if we can get any further up the climb.
Now this could be pretty interesting because Joe, well, he's quite the hill climber and I'm very much not. However, I've spent quite a lot of time riding e-bikes and I've got a few little tricks up my sleeve. So I'm hoping my tricks will leave this XC rider floundering on the steep technical climb.
This is hard.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
So before we get on with the challenge, we're going to do a little track walk.
We started pretty mellow. Get your feet in the pedals, get a bit of speed up, and then first little steep run here. Not much of a corner, but it is a bit rocky. There's a few routes and this rock is like super greasy this morning because it rained last night. It's actually quite steep, isn't it?
So if you make it past the first bit, then you're onto something a bit different.
So the bike comes with a Maxxis Recon rear tyre, which isn't the chunkiest. And we've got a few routes here, so when there's power going through the pedals, tyre's a bit prone to slipping out, so you've got to maintain your traction while also not allowing the front wheel to start wandering all over the place. So the route section could be tricky.
Now I think this is going to be the hardest bit on course because you've already been climbing for a bit, you've done some steep bits, your legs are going to be burning, and then you've got this little technical greasy step up.
I think this is going to be the crux move.
So this is the finish, and you reckon if anyone gets to here, they're a hero?
I reckon. And I reckon actually if I get to here, I ain't stopping. It's kind of a rock garden all the way to the top. So we'll see how far. But I don't know if I'm going to get here in the first place.
Go on, Tom. So you're taking your phone out to save weight?
Yeah. Light and fast, fast and light.
Give it to Felix, camera operator.
Save the key.
What do you think his chances are, Felix?
Well, I've edited some videos with Tom doing some ridiculously steep stuff, so I think he's got a good chance.
So you're going to go full power?
Full gas. Full gas, it's the only way, innit? Okay, first go, full power. Pedal in, saddle up. Let's see how we go as well. Nice and easy start. First little steep bit. Let's go. Oh, not a huge amount of traction there.
Go on, Tom. He's already in the lowest gear. Oh! So how far did you get?
I got to like stage 2. Not a strong start, is that, is it?
Do you need a bit more pressure out the tyre?
So I didn't have much traction there, so very scientifically, gonna let some air out. Oh yeah. Right, run 2. I'm gonna go down a power mode as well. Less pressure, less power, lower seat. Let's see how this does.
Go on!
This is hard.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
Well, put a marker down, I reckon. That was less impressive than I thought.
So you've got about a third of the way up, maybe?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so run number 1. Ooh, powerful already.
Keep it turning. Yeah. Go on, come on.
Quite a bit of power in the motor, isn't it?
I think he's going to need a little bit of practice on the old e-bike for this.
So run number 2, let some air out the tyres. Hopefully I can get past 30 metres this time. Here we go. Clipped in well.
Go on! Yes! Yeah! Oh, he's doing it! He's done me! Oh no! Oh mate!
I think I got a lucky line choice.
You got a good line on that.
Good line on that inside bit.
Oh, strong work. Is it time for the second bike?
Yeah.
Do you
Think time to reveal the second bike.
think? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. So Tom, here's your interesting machine. Can you talk me through it?
Yeah, so I'm calling this the Giant Trance E Plus Pro Hill Climb Challenger Machine Bike. I don't know why. So there's two things with hill climbing, okay? Traction, number one. So we've gone for the Mavic Claw rear tyre. Super chunky, lots of knobbles because we were slipping out a bit up there, weren't we? The other thing is your weight balance. Now, as you're going up a hill, you want to keep your weight nice and forward, and that stops the front wheel waving wherever it doesn't want to go. So what have we done? Kept the rear shock nicely pumped up, not jacked up, but traction-y. And then we've let the air out the fork so it's super soft. Get the front end nice and low. Put a skinny profile tower on the front, a long stem, and an inverted riser bar to get your weight all the way forwards. And I reckon this is going to go vertical.
And a TT saddle.
TT saddle slammed all the way forward. Ah yeah, because power transfer to the cranks, get your hips nice and forward over those cranks. That is a key to hill climbing success.
As you can see, Tom's quite enthusiastic about this bike.
Thought about this a lot.
In the spirit of fairness, this time I am going to go first. So, run number one on the hill climb bike. This feels pretty weird. Oh, so much weight on the front.
Come on, Joe. How good is the bike?
It's good, yeah, the position is really good. I want to have another go. I'm not sure it's going to descend as well. Run number two, here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, worse than last time.
Yeah. I feel like I've got way more control on the front, but then the back end just goes a little bit light, so you've got to be really aware of your traction. Oh, anyway, you'll go.
Right. Right, attempt number one. This bike feels so weird, but not going uphill yet. Right, slow and steady wins the race.
Go on, Tom. Go on, looking good. Looking good. Oh look, inside line. Speak my mark already. Go on, Tom.
Oh, that'll go. That'll definitely go. Just got to get the balance right. Okay, attempt number two.
Do you want to see him do it, Felix?
I really want to see him do it. I've put a lot of faith into him, and yeah, I hope he does me proud. But...
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
All the way, Tom.
Oh yeah! Oh. I bloody made it! Oh! I'm gonna keep going.
Great work.
Smashed it.
Excellent. Well done.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you made it. It was really good. So as you now know, young Tom here made it to the top on his modified bike, but I did manage to beat him on the stock bike.
I'm pretty happy to have got to the top. I think the modifications for the climbing position and the traction worked wonders.
But unfortunately,
I did have to push it back down the hill because they did not work for the descent.
another thing, do you think you would have made it up without the assistance on any of the bikes?
I think I'd have really struggled. Having the power from the motor really does help on the steeper bits and also on the technical climbs too. I think there's a slight advantage. So yeah, I think you'd struggle.
Another thing I noticed is that you approach the climb in a much different way to me. I kind of put it in turbo, just mashed up as fast as I can go, where you took a much more slower, measured approach.
But I decided slow and steady wins the race. I also run it in a slightly lower power setting as well, because I was finding that with my pedaling style and the way I was using the torque from the motor, that I was skidding out on the routes a bit more. So lower power, more controlled torque got me just over the technical stuff a little bit easier for me.
In the end, the trail rider beat the XC rider. If you've got any questions about the video, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and
hit the little bell just under the video to make sure you get notifications of all the new videos from BikeRadar.
bye!
Bye!